Hello? I am so sorry, VOD watchers. There's gonna be two VODs instead of one because encoding error, OBS. What was I talking about? I don't know. I'm gonna post these two VODs at the same time. So, anyway. Really? Well, I think so. He's just flirting with us. CG. Look at the CG. Oh, you love the CG, don't you? You moved on to your back with a small smile and looked at the darkening sky. The blanket of clouds reminding you of a thick throw you curled under. What? A blanket of clouds reminded you of a thick throw you curled. What? The fuck is a thick throw? Why is Steam? What is Steam doing? Why is Steam opening? What? I am so sorry. What the hell is happening? Why is Steam opening? Close. Close that. What? I didn't even tell you to open. Yeah, you're opening. Continue. Okay. A blanket of clouds reminding you of a thick throw you curled under a cold rainy days. On cold rainy days. Don't even know what that means. I'm so sorry. Don't know what that means. You wondered if the clouds would be soft. They lazily floated on by, splitting from each other, merging and morphing into new shapes. Ooh. A dolphin. Wait, I should. Last time I said there were 6 freaks. Anyway. You saw a dolphin leaping through the sky. You nudged Cove, pointing at it. Look, a dolphin. Join Cove. What? Join Cove. Oh, I hate everything. I hate everything. I hate me. Cove joined you in gazing skywards. Yeah, I see it. Really? No, but I like dolphins. Hey! He chuckled at your reaction. I didn't even know he liked dolphins. I don't remember. It's been years. So if he does, I don't remember a lot. Okay. All the sun's light faded from the sky, and the moon rose higher. Lizzie got to her feet, dusting strands of grass from her bare legs, and surveyed her surroundings. The ocean, visible from the crest of the hill, beckoned with every sweep of the tide. Let's go to the beach! There was no argument from the other two. Silo was still Silo, and Cove would never say no to going to the shore. He was a child of the sea. I wanted to go there too. So you eagerly joined the others in descending to the hill down to the water. You stepped onto the sand for the second time that day, but it felt different that night. The beach was nearly quiet at this hour. Abandoned sandcastles and footsteps in the sand, too big to belong to any of you, were the only indication of how busy it had been only hours earlier. Imagine a movie based on our life. That would be cool. I always think of like visual novels and like what I'd want to turn into a movie, and I think I think of that because of Markiplier and how like how he turned a video game into a movie. I'm like, what I would do is I would love to make a movie based on visual novels. A specific visual novel, who knows? Uh, like whether it be a studio for like movies or studio for visual novels, I'd love to call it Your Imaginary Studios or Your Imaginary Studio. That's the name for the studio. I would love to create something like that. The four of you kicked shoes off and removed socks and walked along the water's edge. The waves tickled your feet. I wonder what would happen if you tried to take a bath in the ocean with shampoo and everything. It would be bad for the fishes.
Jeez.
I wouldn't say anyone would do it. Jeez, you don't have to be too serious about everything. You're the one who asked what would happen. That is what would happen. It hurt the fishes. I like bubble baths at home. They're a lot of fun. Me too. Bubbles baths are luxurious. Never heard Lizzie use that word before. Mommy loves to have bubbles in her bath. She'll turn the lights off and have candles. I'm gonna do that next time. Hey, when's your mom coming to pick you up anyway? Not for a little while, she's busy. What about your dad? How come you never talking about him? No one does. Ooh. Don't you know you're not supposed to ask something like that? Why would someone want to talk about something they never talk about? Oh, you kept your eyes on the ground, watching your toes get swallowed by waves. Even if Silo never seemed upset when this topic came up, it made you feel awkward just for having both your moms. It's okay. I'm like Lizzie and Snow, I don't have a dad. I don't have two moms, just have one. She's really great. Oh, sorry. I only have one, too. My mom isn't here. She's back at home. It's just my dad with me.
Sorry.
Oh, I never had a dad or anything. I don't feel bad, but it's really sad that your mom is gone. Cove nodded. Oh, God. Why would I joke about that? What the hell? Even if they're all different, our parents are good in their own ways. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gove couldn't muster a response. You don't think he disagreed, though. The silence broke with a splash as Lizzie kicked in your direction. Cold water and sudden sand splattered against your legs. Lizzie giggled, foot still outstretched from the kick. Like, oh yeah, I think I remember if you were to say, hey, you should get with each other's mom, I think he gets mad that he gets mad about something, or was this from another moment clip? Cove joined in, struck the incoming waves to make a splash of his own. Scylla scurried out of Cove's spray zone with a grin. Retaliated. You use your foot to smack the water pulling around you, sending an arc of sea foam flowing back onto your sister. You laughed as she spluttered. Some of the salty sea having landed in her mouth, she spat it out. Yuck! Lizzie chased you, intent on revenge. Dashed up and down the coast, taking it in turns to be the predator and the prey, as well as joining forces to take down Silo or Cove. Alliances were silently forged and wordlessly broken. Everything was fair game in war. Well, at least this doesn't have like the Geneva Convention or war crimes. Silo's brief exclamation was drowned out by the biggest splash ever. caused by him falling face first onto the ground. That would have been bad enough without the wave that followed, cascading over his prone body. Silo sat up, shaking his head like a dog coming in from the rain. As you all hurried over to check on him, his hair was plastered to his head and his soaked clothes clung. If there was any part of him that was still dry, you couldn't see it. That was crazy. Are you okay? Yeah, my foot got stuck and I fell over.
You dumbo.
Way to go, Silo, you dumbo. I don't want to call him. You offered him some help. Silo didn't take up your outstretched hand. After a moment, you dropped it. Lizzie was too busy snickering to notice and held her hand out to Silo too. He reached over and took it. Slowly, he started to pull himself from the ground. Then he slipped onto the slick sand, dragging him and Lizzie down just in time for another wave to hit. The water rolled over them.
Sorry.
Sorry. What were the odds of that happening twice in a row? You thought they must be low, but there's no way Silo would do something like that on purpose, then pretend it was an accident, especially not to Lizzie. Even if your relationship with Silo felt unclear, he did at least like her a lot. Lizzie was her favorite, right? Smiling boldly, Lizzie extracted herself from the ground and wiped a streak of sand from her cheek. She didn't intend to let this embarrass her. Silo got up as well, this time without incident. He still looked like a drowned puppy, but that didn't stop Cove laughing at the two of them. With that, it was time to call it a day. The four of you made the journey back home, leaving a trail of wet footsteps and sand in your wake. Make sure things look good. Damn clothes may have weighed down some of the group, but your spirits were high. Your arms swung side to side as the cool breeze flowed past. Your moms were outside, chatting to Cove's dad. We're back. Mom's faces fell as they took in the state you were in, ranging from messy to soaked.
No.
Elizabeth, is that all you have to say for yourself? Brought half the beach back with you.
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay. They certainly did. What's Marigold going to do when she comes to get Silo? Is that how you want him to be for the long drive home? Cold and filthy. Lizzie's expression turns silky over the scolding. Being the oldest could be fun, but also meant she was the first to get in trouble when something went wrong. Mr. Holland, on the other hand, chuckled as he ruffled Cove's matted hair. You've been out making memories, bucko? I'm glad you had a good time with your friends. Cove used his most slightly moist cast arm to push his dad off. Mr. Holland eyes widened when he noticed noticed even that had gone wet. Now he was worried too. I think they could have found a less risky way to spend time and had just as much fun. Oh, that was not Cove's dad. Sorry. That might be right. Kids, what can you do? Come on, Cove. Let's get you cleaned up and dried off. We won't want that cast to have to be reset. Cove winced at the thought.
Okay.
That a boy. Mr. Holland casually bent down and plucked Cove off the ground, ultimately holding Cove against his chest. Sand was already transferring from Cove onto him, but that didn't seem to bother Mr. Holden. Cove protested being carried, but only got a reassuring pat on the back for his trouble.
Take care.
Good night, Cove. Thank you for talking. Thank you for the talk, Cliff. Oh yeah, Cliff was his name. Night, Parker family, and Scylla too. Resigned to his fate, Cove twisted his body in his dad's arms in order to turn around and wave goodbye. Smiling, you waved back. Good night!
Fine.
Well, we better do what we can to fix you guys up too. Come on, everybody inside. When you march straight to the downstairs bathroom.
Ugh.
Yes, Mom. Okay, yes, Mom. Don't worry about stopping to wipe your feet on the mat this time. That won't do much good tonight. Sitting on the old beach towel your mom had found, you waited in the hall until you were less sandy. You weren't allowed to go into your room or walk around the house. But you did get to eat a sandwich for dinner there. It felt like an indoor picnic. It had been decided that Scylla would wash first and borrow some of your clothes. He had already finished and packed away in his mom's car. Mrs. Fields had come to collect him a little while ago. It was a bit of a funny experience seeing him without the hat on for once. Lizzie, being much more soaked than you, got to go in the tub next. It wasn't a bubble bath as she hoped. This was a no fun allowed cleanup session. At least that's what she claimed. Not much longer and it would be your turn. When the bath was done, you'd have to go right to bed. After a day like this, though, you were glad there weren't gonna be any further events. Drifting off to sleep sounded like a great idea. Alright. 17:06. I'm gonna go to the restroom. Alright, and we'll play Sandcastles and Fireflies. Be right back. Hello, I am back. Ooh, 42. I took a long break. Didn't even realize that. Let us play Sandcastle. Cove wasn't able to do many things that summer. When you, him, and Zillow sat out on the shoreline one bright morning, he could tell he wanted to be in the water. There was no way he'd be swimming anytime soon, not with his cast. The waves washed a single shell to shore, glittering in blue, another reminder of the places he couldn't go to. From what you heard about Cove's old life so far in tiny little pieces and fragments, it could tell that he'd do anything to be able to get his cast off. Like make a pact with a witch or something, just to get his, just to get it off his arm. He thought about his summer last year must have been totally different from this, with his old home and his mom and dad. But now he was here with you and Silo and Lizzie and everyone else, and he couldn't even go in the sea. This town wasn't bad. It had all your favorite things in it. But sitting there on the same beach you'd grown up on, you could understand that not everyone else felt the same way about Sunset Bird as you did. You watched him from the corner of your eye quietly, and he finally said out loud what you had been pondering. Wish I could go in. The water? Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're gonna be able to do it soon. Kai only sighed in response. Apparently soon wasn't soon enough. It's so pretty, the ocean. It's huge. Could be anything out there like mermaids.
Yeah.
Yeah! I don't even need to say yeah in his voice. Yeah. Sorry, there's a dog. Let me be right back. There's a dog at my door. That bothers me. I am back. Sorry about that. I wish you didn't get a cast. Mermaids aren't real. I wish you didn't. Is it that? I don't know if that's mean. Me too. I don't know. Maybe that's just reminding him of everything. I'm fine here on land. Alright. Okay, I guess it doesn't matter. Oh. Swimming might be fun. But it's not like there's anything we can do about it. Obviously not interested in hearing more of your input on the situation, Cove turned back to the water. But as he looked away, something about Silo's slow, careful movements caught his eye. Hey, are you building a sandcastle? Sort of. I was only playing around while you were talking. I'm listening. Maybe I could too. I've only made big piles before. It's really nothing special. It's really nothing special. I'm sure you'll be good at it right away. Well, How could you do it then? Silo's cheeks lit up. You could tell he was a bit uncomfortable to have Ko's expectant stare on him. I'll play too. I love making sand stuff. I don't know. I haven't really made any sandcastles. So I guess that's kind of a lie. Okay. He put his hands back to his seashells and sands and nodded. I don't do a lot. Here's how I like to get a house started. Silo focused on more intently than you'd ever seen him. Guided Ko through his process. You happily used your own method. It didn't take long for the three of you to each have humble structures prepared. That's all, kind of. You can see anything now. You can do anything now. Like, make it bigger, add some seashells, carve a pretty pattern. I bet you'll have great ideas.